Hi, and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Our theme today is be. Let's just be ourselves, be who we are, and be happy with who we are. Because sometimes we can be quite hard on ourselves, always pushing ourselves, or maybe that inner voice can be a little bit too critical. So let's just spend the next hour just being content with us, just being. And kicking off on a great note, congratulations to all of you who completed our July challenge. Not our July challenge, because that's just starting today, our June challenge. So congratulations to Jean and Sharon, Erin, Patricia. Oh, I'm having a big test on my eyesight here. Jane, Helen, Natalie, Maria, Mags, Annalise, Anka, Alan, Maxine, Viv, Neve, and Mo. Thank you, yes, and Mo. So congratulations to all of you for completing the June challenge, getting 4 practices done during the month of June. So big round of applause. Well done for keeping it up. You're so consistent. It's just fantastic to see. So let's do it again for July. And I look forward to seeing your name again on the list for July. So as always, throughout the practice, listen to your body. Only do what feels right for you today. So let us begin by lying down. With your knees bent and your feet about shoulder width apart. Close your eyes. Let go of your day. Let go of everything that's going on in your world. Let go of any labels you have on yourself. Let go of all of your responsibilities. Let go of any critical thoughts you may have. And just be. With no judgment, no self-judgment. Just be. And as you lie here, become aware of your feet and their connection with the mat. How the mat feels against your feet. The temperature of your feet. Any sensations you might feel. Becoming aware of your orientation on the mat, of your shoulder blades and their connection with the mat. Becoming aware of yourself on your mat, in your practice space. And then begin to focus on your breath, noticing how it moves to your body, how your body responds as you inhale, and how it responds as you exhale. and counting your breath. Inhaling, pausing, and exhaling. Lengthening and deepening that exhale. Listening to the sound of yourself breathing. Seeing, can you make that oceanic sound as you exhale? Taking 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, hugging your knees into your chest, take a little movement here. And then coming to stillness, let the feet come down onto the mat, rolling over onto your side. Let's make our way all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. So as you're standing, you can stay at the top of your mat. Equal weight in both feet, feet about hip width apart, standing up nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, keeping that core nicely engaged so that you're holding yourself, you're carrying yourself through your core. And let's start to do some circles with our nose. So starting to spiral from a nice small circle to making it bigger and bigger and bigger until you're making that circle as big as you can possibly make it. And then start to make it smaller again, and smaller and smaller until you come to stillness. And now let's take that in the opposite direction, spiraling outward, enlarging that circle until it's as big as you can make it. And then start to spiral it back in again until you come to stillness. Good, bringing your hands onto your shoulders, elbows sticking out, and let's draw big circles with our elbows. Nice round circles again, as large as you can make them, maybe even touching the elbows together as they pass in front of you. And then taking that in the opposite direction. And coming to stillness. And then from here, raising your shoulders up and back and down, up, back and down. And once again, up and back and down. And then let's start to just swing. So swinging, letting those arms swing, the body rotate as you just increase the swing. So you really get that nice sensation of the twist as you swing, your arms just carrying you around a little deeper. And then slowing it down and coming to a stillness at the top of your mat. And from here, let's do a sun salute on each side to get ourselves going, raising those arms up over the head, palms together, raise the gaze. And sweeping them out to the side. Forward fold again. Remember, just be. Don't judge yourself. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And just go with what your body is offering you. And halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. And forward fold again. And let's step the right leg back for a low lunge. Raising the arms up past the ears. And then taking a breath. And from here through to your plank. So setting up the hands, stepping it back. Shoulders over wrists. Taking 3 breaths here. Nice strong core. Keeping a softness in the elbows. And then bringing yourself down onto the mat, knees and feet, chest and belly. And then let's draw up the forehead and chest away from the mat. And pushing up through your tabletop to your downward dog. Nice long downward dog, long spine, but pedaling those legs to make your way into it nice and slowly. And again, no judgment. Just go with what your body offers it. And then just let your breath enhance your movement, your pose. 2 more breaths here. Stretching that right leg out behind you. Step it through for your low lunge. And then we're going to step up into our forward fold, keeping those feet hip width apart. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, palms together over the head, raise the gaze. And forward fold again. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Let's step the left leg back for our low lunge. And through once again to our plank. And one more breath. And coming down, knees and feet, chest and belly. And with those elbows in, draw the forehead and chest away from the mat, keeping the gaze on the mat. And pushing on up then, through your tabletop to your downward dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Again, just being. Without any self-judgment. Raising the left leg up and step it through. Low lunge. And let's step up to our forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, bring those hands together in prayer at the chest and take a breath. Good. And from here, once again, raising the arms up, sweeping them out to the side into your forward fold. And let's step back into a plank. Taking one more breath here. And then bringing yourself down either through knees, feet, chest and belly, or lowering yourself down. If you're lowering yourself down, you can let your shoulders come a little in front of your wrists. And then lowering yourself down, keeping the elbows in as you do. When you get all the way down onto your mat, we're going to come up into an up dog. So drawing the chest and forehead away from the mat, then pressing with the hands to raise yourself on up, and then lifting the legs up so you're on your feet and your hands. And then from here, moving it into your downward dog. One more breath here. Raising the left leg up, stretch it out behind you. Step it through to come into a low lunge. As you come into your low lunge, just check knee over ankle. And having this right knee back as much as is comfortable for you. So you're getting a little bit of a stretch in the quad. And from here, draw the arms out into a T, softening the shoulders. And then let's rotate to the left. Good. Find your pose. And just be. One more breath here. And rotating back to the center, framing that foot. We're going to step back into our plank again and go through that sequence. So, back into plank, establish the plank, take a breath. And then making your way down onto your mat. And drawing up into your up dog, starting with forehead and chest, then activating the hands, raising up the upper body, and then lifting up onto the tops of the feet. Looking in front of you. And from here, making your way to your downward dog. Taking one more breath here. And stretching the right leg out behind you. Stepping it through. And coming up into your low lunge. Bring the arms into a T. And let's rotate this time to the right. One more breath. And coming back to the center once again, framing the foot, going through our plank to up dog to down dog sequence. Taking another breath here in plank. Then lowering yourself down onto your mat, making your way into up dog. And then through to your downward dog. Taking one more breath here. And let's stretch that left leg out behind you and step it through, bending this left knee as you rise up. And with your left hand, bring it behind you towards your right thigh. And your right hand, raise it up and draw it back. So we're doing like a twisted reverse warrior. So there's a little twist, you're slightly turned to the left. One more breath here. And bringing the hand down, let's once again go through our sequence. So back into your plank, taking a breath. And bringing yourself down onto your mat before you drop into your up dog and through to your downward dog. And one more breath here. Stretching the right leg up. Let's step it through and lift up here. And again, from here, we're taking the reverse, revolved reverse warrior, if that makes sense. So right hand comes to the back of the left thigh, left hand comes up over the head, following it with your gaze. So you have a little slight twist to the right. One more breath. And coming to upright, once again going through our flow into plank. Set yourself up, take a breath. And then lowering yourself down onto your mat and drawing up to your up dog. And then through to downward dog. Two more breaths here. Releasing any tension as you breathe. And then let's walk the feet up to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up. Bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Good, let's take a breath. And from here, we're going to step the right leg back. But as we step it back, let's line it up with the left heel. So both of my heels are in a nice straight line with each other. Bending this left knee and having the right foot firmly on the mat, a little bit of weight in the outside edge of that right foot. And apologies for having my back to you, but I want to show you what we're going to do with our hands here. We're going to bring them behind our back into prayer, if you can. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. You can fold them behind your back or just let them rest behind your back. So whatever works for you, go with it and just be. And then from here, let's lean this left shoulder towards the right knee. And then let the gaze look upwards. One more breath here. And then let that left hand come on down onto the mat and draw the right arm up past your ear. Taking 3 breaths here. Don't worry if you can't reach the mat with your hand, that's fine. It can just be pointing towards it or indeed resting your arm on your thigh. So whatever works for you, and you might find it easier to have that hand inside the foot rather than outside. One more breath here. And then let's frame that foot and step back into our downward dog. Taking 3 breaths. And stepping the feet up to meet the hands, forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, bringing those hands once again in prayer to the chest. Take a breath. And from here, we're going to step this left leg back this time. Again, lining up those heels, keeping the bend in this right knee. And from here, we're having the body looking out the long side of the mat, drawing the hands behind you into prayer or whatever position is most comfortable for you. And then letting this shoulder, right shoulder come down towards the knee. And the gaze look upwards. One more breath here. And then let's take that right hand, let it come down onto the mat. Inside the foot might be a little easier, and draw that left arm up past the ear, getting a really nice side angle stretch here. Keeping that gaze up so that your shoulders are in line with each other. One more breath. And then from here, once again, let's make our way back into our downward dog. One more breath here. And stepping those feet up to meet the hands. Once again, forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Close the eyes and just be. And from here, let's step the right leg back. Put your hands on your hips, stepping the right leg back. So your feet are now hip width apart, or maybe even a little wider. And straighten this front leg. So we don't want to lock the knees, keep the knees soft, but straight. And square your hips up. So your hips are level, your legs are in a nice distance apart, so it's quite solid the way you're standing. And from here, we're going to fold forward, so hinging at the hips. Let this right hand come down onto the mat if you can, and raise the left hand up. So if that's not available to you, there's a couple of things you can try. You can bend this knee. You might find that a little bit easier if you bend the left knee. Or you can get a block and put your hand on the block. The right hand on the block, and raise the left hand up. So whatever feels right for you for this revolved triangle. And then bending this left knee, step the right foot up to meet the left. Toes are together, heels are a little bit apart. Coming down into your chair pose, keeping that left hand raised. Doesn't matter if it came down, bring it back up again. So now we're in a revolved chair. One more breath here. And then from here, lowering yourself down into a squat, but keep this twist. One more breath here. And then coming back to look straight in front of you. And raising up into a forward fold. And coming all the way up to stand, bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Take a breath. Stepping the feet to hip width apart once again. And this time we're going to step the left leg straight back. So again, squaring up your hips. You can have the leg straight, or if you prefer to have that front knee bent, do. Working with your body, keep those hips nice and square and level. Hinging forward. Let the left hand come down onto a block or the floor, raising the right arm up for our revolved triangle to the right. And from here, we're going to make our way into our revolved chair. So stepping that left foot up to the right, toes together, heels a little bit apart. Sinking down into your chair, keeping that right hand extended. And then making your way down into your squat, keeping that twist. One more breath. And from here, straightening the body. And lower yourself down to sit. So sitting with the legs outstretched, the toes pointing upwards, equal weight on both seat bones, sitting up nice and tall. Taking 2 more breaths here. And then let's reach forward with the right hand to that left foot, raising the left foot up. And with the left hand, left arm, opening it out. Again, just having that gentle twist to the left, softening the shoulders. Without any self-judgment. Just be. Coming back to the center, lowering that leg down, bending the knees. Bring the right foot in beside it. And now holding on to both toes or feet. I like to hold on to my big toes. Again, lifting up, taking the feet off the mat. Open out the legs. Have them as bent or as straight as feels right for you today, and then open out that left arm. Finding your balance. And then slowly let those feet come down onto the mat. Wrapping your arms around your shins. Take a little breather here. Nice round spine. And then when you're ready, once again, lengthening out those legs. Sitting up tall, toes pointing upwards. 2 more breaths here. And with the left hand reaching forward towards that right foot as you raise the leg up and draw the right arm out. Again, just taking a little twist here. Coming back to the center, letting that leg down. Let's take both feet up this time. So holding on to both feet and raising the legs out as you draw that right arm out. And coming back to the center, let those feet down, hugging the shins once more. Keeping the legs as they are, sit up nice and tall. Let's bring that right arm to the inside or the outside of that left leg, so you're leaning against it as we take a nice deeper twist here. One more breath. And coming back to straightness. Let's take that to the other side. Lengthening through the spine as you twist. One more breath. coming back to the center, let's make our way to tabletop. So shoulders over knees. No, don't have your shoulders over your knees. That's not a good idea at all. Have your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And from here, let's raise up that left arm, following with our gaze, and then thread it through. On your next inhale, raise it up. And as you exhale, thread it through. 3 more times. Working with your breath. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to thread through. Working with your own breath. Next time you're threading through and your shoulder is on the mat, stay in that position and stretch the right leg out behind you. So you're on the toes of that right leg. Two more breaths here. And then stepping that right knee back underneath you, coming back to your tabletop. Good. Let's take that on the other side. So again, we're going to stretch and thread with the exhale. 4 more times, working with your breath. And next time you've got your arm threaded through, staying in this position, step the left leg back. So you're resting on the toes of an extended left leg. One more breath here. And stepping that left knee back underneath you, coming back into tabletop. And from here, making your way down to lie on your belly, stretching those arms out for a nice full body stretch, forehead on the mat. And allowing the body to soften. And then making your way over onto your back. And again, stretching those arms out behind you. And when you're ready, bring those arms into a T, bending those knees. Let them fall over to the right, and then if you've got the room, you can open them out straight and turn your gaze to the left. One more breath here. And then bending those knees, coming back into the center. Let's just take that in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, coming back to the center. Let those legs come out long, arms by your sides with your palms facing upwards. Softening your feet. Releasing and relaxing the body. Letting go your toes, the soles of your feet. Letting go the tops of your feet, your heels and ankles. Letting go your shins and your calves. The fronts of your knees and the backs of your knees. Letting go your quads and your hamstrings. Letting go your glutes and your pelvis. Letting go the whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, backs of your hands, palms of your hands, and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips, and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. taking some time here for gratitude. Gratitude for being who you are. And let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. And imagine you're sitting looking at a candle burning. Look at the flame and watch it as it flickers. Watch it as it just is. No judgment, no thinking. Just watching that flame gently flickering. And spend a little time here.